Breaking news. It is safe to say heads are rolling. Yeah, I'm coming up with some very interesting news at this time. It is safe to say heads are rolling indeed. Um, Shamila Patoy, the minister, the local, who is she? No. The minister is the one that she reports to. So who is Shamila Patoy? Is she the HOD? What is it? But I know she's in charge of NPA. That I know. I just don't know the position or the position she occupies. What is it called? Because a judge, I know is a judge, an advocate. Who is she? I know she's an advocate by profession. Nonetheless, you will remember I've done a video where I spoke about the fact that the Minister of Justice have requested Ushamila Patoy to give her a report about why this person, Omotoso, got away with everything. To get that. So because of that, they have to submit that to the minister. Now, that same Shamila Patoy has also released a statement through the NPA that they've requested the NPA, the head of NPA in Eastern Cape, to submit a report about this as to what happened. So they will take that report now, forward it to the minister above. Quite interesting. Now, let me give you a bit of a summary in terms of. We'll get into this story saga minister blah blah blah. But I will. Where do you want me to start? Let's start with Minister of Justice, who requested a report from Shamila Patoy. She was speaking in a video that was posted by the Department of Justice and said this.
Today I have written to the NDPP, Advocate Patoy of the NPA, evoking Section 33(2)(a) of the NPA Act in relation to the Omotoso and others case. You'd understand that this has been a case that has dragged for almost 8 years, with victims that have gone all out to give testimony. Watching a young woman cry in court after the verdict was heartbreaking. I took time to go through the judgment, and unfortunately, the judge was scathing against the NPA. It is this results that have led me to take this decision and action. I have given the NDPP until Monday the 7th to give me a report in terms of this matter, and will take the matter forward. This concerns me more because many of the victims of GBV take real effort, but out of their comfort to go and testify in court. And my fear as a Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development is that this outcome might discourage many who have been brave enough to stand against the most powerful people to give testimony in court, some in the most discomfort way, where they exposes themselves to public scrutiny of what has happened. And that's why we stand to understand what has happened, what went wrong, and therefore how do we move forward in assuring the country that we are serious as government in dealing with GBV and femicide cases, but most importantly, to convince the nation that we are serious about protecting and eroding gender-based violence in our society. We can't continue to protect perpetrators, but more we need to stand with victims. We must be victim-centric in our approach, but understand the plight of those who go through this torture, who go through this difficulty. As I say, listening to the judge was the most painful thing for me as a minister overseeing this portfolio. I can't avert responsibility. I cannot shield myself from taking accountability and being accountable to South African society, especially listening to that judgment. It's a moment for all of us in this portfolio to reflect and to say, what is it that we're going to do better, to rebuild confidence of South Africans in the justice system of this country. And that, it starts with me, and I will be addressing this matter later once I receive the report in what needs to be done and what I have done as the executive authority in this portfolio. Thank you.
Okay, right from there, let's go into the statement. I'm going to play you a video, by the way, from so the NDPP to interrogate the failure of justice in Omotoso matter. The statement was released on the 3rd of April 2025. The National Director of Public Prosecution, NDPP, Advocate Shamela Patoy, has requested a report from the Eastern Cape Director of Public Prosecutions, NDPP, Mr. Barry Madolo, on the judgment delivered by Judge Ima Skoman on the Eastern Cape Local Division of High Court, sitting in Gqeberha on Wednesday, 2nd of April. The judgment relates to a trial that lasted for over 8 years from 2017, wherein Mr. Timothy Omotoso and 2 others faced several charges of rape, human trafficking, sexual assault. The Honorable Judge raised concerns about the conduct of prosecution in her finding the trio not guilty and all the charges proffered against them. The NDPP will carefully study the judgment when it's made available to the parties. In the meantime, she has expressed her serious concern about adverse finding made by the judge against the prosecution team relating to the manner in which the prosecution was conducted. The NDPP has called for a transcript for the proceeding and will consider it in order to determine whether the criticism of the prosecution team is warranted. Whether the prosecution of the team is warranted. Depending on the outcome of the process, the NDPP, together with the DPP EC, will decide on appropriate actions. The DPP EC has in the meantime indicated that the team will study the judgment and decide on whether to bring application to appeal the judgment. The National Prosecuting Authority, NPA, has demonstrated its commitment on dealing with effective GBV. The NPA has a world-class special unit called What Affairs SOCA unit, which is dedicated in dealing with sexual offense-related cases. The NDPP appreciates the public outrage expressed by many in response to the judgment in view of its devastating impact on victims in the case and the fight against GBV. The NDPP is proud of the NPA track record in providing victim-centered professionalism support of GBV, including through that's not important. The letter then concludes by saying, they are just providing things that the NDPP are doing or has done for people. But you know what warranted them to having to defend themselves as well. It is simply because of the public outrage and people being dissatisfied with them. And so because of that, again, now they had to defend themselves and say these are the things that we have done for the people. But again, it does mean what worries me is the fact that all of these things are happening, yet there's a case in KZN that has taken local people by surprise. The case of Kukudlamini. We have never had all of these people reacting. So I'm still going to say, I hope justice is justice. Justice knows no gender. Priorities in crime knows no gender. I hope we stick to the prescript of the law. Because somehow, I am saying, we've got the Senzo Mewa trial, where we don't see this type of reaction. Is it because Senzo Mewa is a male? we're saying if Senzo Meyiwa was not a victim in this one, but rather a perpetrator, will the reaction be the same? I'm just hoping and wishing that this enthusiasm, this eager to fight, to take things to, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping and wishing there's consistency across, because my thing is we need justice. We don't need to compete. We don't need this gender to compete. We need this gender to complement one another, men and women. We need the complementary of this. When we start prioritizing this one and not that one, let's make sure that we don't create problems. I'm just hoping that whatever we do here, it's mainly because of justice. Nothing more, nothing less. Right. I'm a man, born under sin, subject to correction. So I might be wrong. Particularly, I will leave it up to you guys. You will tell me in the comment section below. It appears like a lot of things are happening, eh? Maybe let me say heads are rolling. I don't know. Tell me in the comment section below, what have you learned when in the about the Omotoso thing? You know what I'm saying? What have you learned? I'll leave you guys on, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. But until then, please take care.